All right, looks like we are live. Hello, everybody. This is Ralph back again with another live stream. And I've got to silence myself on this device. I've got two devices open. One that lets me go on camera and do the live stream, and the other device so I can actually read the comments as people filter through and say hello. So, anyway. What I'm doing here now is we're going to be talking about home-based business and a topic that comes up in home-based business, namely, is starting a home business really right for you? And the reason why I bring this up is that there is some confusion in the home-based business industry. A lot of people tend to want to get involved in a home-based business opportunity, thinking that this is going to be just like another job. And they don't realize that there is a difference between working a job and getting involved in a business opportunity or a biz op. And really, what we need to bring forward right from the get-go is that there's two different mindsets at play when we're talking about the difference between working a traditional job and running your own home-based business. When you're working a job, you have the mindset of an employee, and an employee thinks a certain way. An employee shows up for work. They will sometimes do a really good job. A lot of times they will do just the bare minimum. And I mean, they show up for work, they punch the time clock, they go down to the sales floor or the factory floor, they do their thing, they clock out, they go back home, and then they expect to get paid, once a week, on Friday or Thursday or maybe twice a month, according to the way some jobs pay out. But I mean, that is the mindset. I go in, I do what the boss tells me to do. I do my job. And sometimes, it's just that they do the minimum amount of work to get that minimum wage pay. And that's really all they're concerned about. So that's essentially, in a nutshell, the mindset of an employee. Now, when you're involved in running your own business, when you're in a business opportunity and trying to make that pay, you have to have the mindset of an entrepreneur. And the mindset of an entrepreneur is this: you are the boss. You have to run the business to the best of your ability. And as an employee, you don't have to do that. You're taking orders, you're following orders. And you can go back home and complain about how dumb your boss is, how stupid your boss is. When you are running your own business, you can't complain about how dumb the boss is. You got to take that guy aside. You got to educate him or her, because that's you. You've got to be the boss. You've got to take the training that it takes to become a better boss, and you got to grow in your industry each and every day. And so there's a lot more responsibility on your plate when you are an entrepreneur, when you are a business owner. You've got to do what needs to be done. And the problem is that most people that go into home-based business, I would say the vast majority of people like that, they come to the table with the mindset of an employee. And somewhere along the line, they have to adopt the mindset of an entrepreneur. Because if you don't, you are probably not going to succeed in your home business. And I don't care what industry it is. If it's online, offline, affiliate marketing, network marketing, some traditional service that you're providing in your physical neighborhood, you have to think like an entrepreneur, like the boss. You can't just be thinking like an employee. You have to be self-starting. You have to be able to take initiative. You have to be able to find problems that exist in your business, correct those problems, and move forward. And there will be times in home-based business when you're sitting around thinking, what did I get myself into? Really, what was I thinking? Was I drunk when I decided to launch my own business? There will come times when you feel like quitting, when you will be doubting your own decisions and second guessing yourself. And it just comes with the territory. And we either grow with those experiences as entrepreneurs, or we throw in the towel and give up. Now, I have been in home-based business part-time since 2009 and full-time since 2011. So I've gotten to the point where I'm pretty comfortable, running my own business, and I get a kick. I still get a kick out of learning new things, learning new ways to do certain businesses and new things to try and new, I don't want to say gimmicks, but new tools, that we can use and try out. And I just get a kick out of it. But in the beginning, when you first get started, home-based business can be scary. Home-based business can be something that a lot of people want to put off. And the one problem that I have with the way certain home-based businesses are marketed by, shall we say, less than credible marketers, is that they will go out, they will start talking to people, they'll start telling people that this business is so easy. It's so easy, anybody can do it. It is so profitable, so lucrative, that you would have to be a fool not to do it. And they lead people in, making them believe that there is nothing to doing home-based business. And speaking as a guy who spent most of my adult life working for other people, and then spent about the last 14, 15 years working for myself in my own home-based business, when you make that transition from being an employee, getting that regular paycheck, to being the boss and trying to make those paychecks happen, yeah, it can be a tough adjustment. Because when you're running your own home-based business, there's no waking up one day and saying to yourself, I don't feel like doing this, and calling in sick and saying, hey, boss, I can't make it in today. I'll try to make it in tomorrow. When you are the boss, when you are the labor, when you are the guy or gal running it, you got to make things happen whether you feel like it or not. And if you spend too much time letting things slide in your own home-based business, you will lose momentum and you will start to fall behind. And I mean, it will kill your business if you don't take it seriously. And the one mistake that I see a lot of beginning entrepreneurs make is that they'll get into home-based business with the attitude that this is their hobby, and they don't really care if they bring it into profit or not. And all I can say is, if you are building a home-based business that you hope to retire on someday, that you hope will be able to support you someday, you cannot afford to take it and treat it like a hobby. You have got to treat it seriously, just like a business. And so, yeah, when you get started in home-based business and somebody is telling you, oh, this is so easy. Well, it isn't exactly rocket science, but there is an art to each and every home business strategy that's out there. If your thing is online marketing, affiliate marketing, network marketing, there's an art to that. It's a lot more involved than just spamming your affiliate links across social media. There's a lot more involved to it than just making YouTube videos and going live. You know, there's an art to it. And it takes you some time to learn that art. And if you're willing to learn, and if you're willing to listen to coaching, to mentoring, I think your best shot at succeeding in home-based business is getting into a business opportunity in which you have some coaching, in which you have training, in which you have mentoring and group support. Opportunities that give you all that are worth their weight in gold, as far as I'm concerned. But there are a lot of people that want to do it themselves, do it all alone, without any help, without any mentoring, without any coaching. And I know that was my attitude when I first got started in the home business industry. But I have learned so much just the past couple of years by becoming teachable and coachable and admitting that I don't have all the answers and that I need to listen to other people who have been here longer than I have in the industry, have become more successful than I have in the industry, and listen to their guidance and take advice from people that know more than I do. And so, yeah, if you're thinking about getting started in home-based business, don't fall for the hype that this is so easy, anybody can do it, you know, we'll have you up and running and making money within the first week. You know, if you got a lot of experience in the industry, if you know what you're doing, if it's not that much of a learning curve for you, then yeah, you can be making money probably fairly quickly. But one thing we say, one thing that is very true in this industry, is that results are never typical. Some people may start a new business and bring it into profit in the first week. Others may do that in the first month or two. Others may not be able to do that for 6 months or a year or multiple years. Ray Higdon, an entrepreneur that I love to listen to, he's got a lot of quotes, but he was telling a story about a lady that he worked with in one network marketing opportunity. She worked 10 years without making a dime. Matter of fact, she was in debt working that business because there were things that she had to buy for that network marketing opportunity. She had to buy in, you know, her monthly membership. She had to buy supplies, you know, she had to go to events, things like that. And so, yeah, she was operating at a loss for 10 years, but she kept going. And finally, after her 10th year, she brought her business into profit, and she did more than that. She figured out how to make that business run, and she became a 7-figure earner in that business. And when you're making 7 figures a year, you're in the $1 million club. Now, again, results are not typical. Ray Higdon, when he first got started in network marketing, he hit the $1 million club in his first year. This other lady took her 10. Other people never make it. Other people may hit 5 figures, 6 figures, and still other people, probably the vast majority, do not make a dime. A lot of them will be losing money. And why is that? Well, it's not because all the businesses out there are scams, as some of you might be thinking. The reason is that a lot of people get involved in home-based business that really have no business being in business for themselves. They don't know the difference between the employee mindset and the entrepreneur mindset. They enter into a home-based business thinking, wouldn't it be nice to make a lot of money? And I hear this is a really good business opportunity, so this is going to make me a millionaire in a couple of weeks. And if that doesn't happen, I'm going to quit, throw in the towel, walk away saying it's a scam, and go off to the next shiny object. And that's the reason why so many online businesses fail. They are mismarketed to the wrong people. When you go and tell somebody who would make a great employee working for somebody else because they have a strong employee mindset that, hey, this business is so easy, anybody can do it. I'm making a lot of money doing it, and just join. You'll do great in this business. And people like that are just interested in earning some, one-time commissions from people that will join, maybe pay their dues, and this guy gets his commission. And then when people drop out, no problem. He just goes and finds more people to join. But I mean, that's not the way I like to do business. When I bring somebody into a business, I like to know it's right for them. It's a good fit for them, that they have what it takes, that they are coming into the business with their eyes wide open, and not try to deceive them by telling them how easy it is. Because, yeah, what I do, affiliate marketing, online marketing, for the right people, it is easy. For folks that have kind of like a natural gift for communication, a real gift for gab, for folks that are good on camera, for folks that have a good radio voice, maybe a good face for video, hey, it is easy. And if you're good at creating your own content, coming up with material, talking to people about your business, yeah, it can be easy. But the vast majority of people come into the online business industry, they think all I have to do is just spam my link across social media and I'll be making a lot of money. And no, that approach no longer works. It hasn't worked for a great many years. Spamming your link across social media will just get you blocked and thrown into Facebook jail and, I don't know, YouTube jail, Twitter jail, X jail. Yeah, it'll just get you in trouble on so many different social media platforms. What you have to do is get comfortable presenting value to people who need and want that value. And that's the other thing to watch out for in starting your own home-based business. There are some marketers out there that will lie to you, and they will say that you don't have to make sales to make money in this business. If it truly is a business where you don't have to make sales in order to earn money, it's not really like going to be your home-based business. It's going to be more like you working a job for somebody else. And there are businesses like that you can do from home, where they tell you, okay, post so many times on social media, post some ads in this ad paper, and do this, that, and the other thing. And if you do all those tasks, we will go ahead and give you a paycheck. The problem with that is that the paychecks are generally pretty small, and there really is not much room for advancement. And it isn't really a good way to be going for your own financial security. It's just hard to scale something like that. And it's just another job that you can get into. And if that's what you want, an online job rather than a business opportunity, then that might be the perfect fit for you. But talking about starting your own business, you have to learn how to make sales. And this scares so many people, because so many people have the wrong idea of what sales means, what trying to make a sale means. A lot of people think that selling is convincing people who do not want or need your product, convincing them to change their mind and buy your product. And that's not the way it is at all. But I've dealt with salespeople out there in the online world that came across with that attitude that I've got to make you buy. I've got to make you buy my offer. And I had one guy that was just so insistent. I kept saying no. He kept saying, but, there's this. And yeah, this is really good. And I'm making a lot of money with it. I don't know. The guy was just so incredible. And by incredible, I mean he totally lacked credibility. But he was a cab driver by day and a financial expert by night. And he was selling a cryptocurrency opportunity. So anyway, there's a little bit of the backstory, but he kept going after me and wanting me to get in, and that just didn't feel right for me. So I kept saying no. Finally, he decided to insult me, thinking that would change my mind. He just said to me, Ralph, you would have to be a real idiot to pass up this offer. And that's when I blocked him. I mean, that is not salesmanship. That is not the fine art of selling. That's not it at all. One famous entrepreneur, and I need to look his name up, but he said words along these lines, that selling is the art of presenting and giving value to people who need it. It's just sharing value with people who need it. And then if they seem interested in your offer, then you take the next step. Say, would you like to take a look? Can I show you a video? Can I shoot you my affiliate link? And one example of this is a lady in our business academy that was talking about how she made a sale on social media once. She was just, scrolling on social media. She was active in a group. One of her friends in that group was talking about what a bad day she had at work and how she hated her job and how she wished she could make a change and do something different. And this lady was selling a business opportunity. And so she took the next step and she said, I am so sorry you had a bad day at work today. I am so sorry that you hate your job. I love what I do for a living. Would you like to take a look at it? That was how she made her first sale. The lady said yes. She then said, I can send you my affiliate link. You can watch a video. Would you like me to send you the link? She said yes again. She shot her the link. And then this lady was really good with follow-up. She gave her a little bit of time to open the link, watch the video, and then, on the lead capture page that she sent her, the lady gave her her name, email address, and phone number. She followed up with an email saying, thanks for taking a look. Would you like to follow up with a call? What would be a good time for me to call you? And she talked to her on the phone, brought her into the business opportunity. I mean, that was really the extent of the selling, though. It was listening to the need that this other person had, and then thinking, do I have something that can help this person with this need? Can I help this person solve a very real problem? And then ask, would you like to take a look? And then if the answer is yes, take the next step, send the link, do the follow-up in an appropriate amount of time, and then just ask, hey, when do you want to start, essentially, if they seem to be interested. And that's all there is to it. It's not taking somebody who is dead set against doing anything like that. It's not like trying to sell, sand to an Arab, or ice cubes to an Eskimo. It's an old saying that goes way back. It's not like trying to sell somebody something they don't need or something they don't want. Rather, it's finding people who have a need, who have an interest, and just sharing with them the value that you can offer to them. And doing it in a very friendly, personable, and non-threatening way. It's not like taking them by the collar and saying, you need to buy this or you're an idiot. No, that's the wrong approach entirely. And that's the reason why so many people are afraid of sales. They just have a wrong idea of what selling is. And once you understand that selling is nothing more than just sharing value with people who have a need for that value, it's listening to them, thinking, what have I got that can help? And if it's something that you can sell them, let them know, ask if they'd like to take a look. And if they say no, respect that. But definitely follow up with them maybe a couple of months later, just to see, if their life situation has changed. But I mean, it's nothing more than that, really. Sharing value with people that need it, and then asking politely, would you like to see more? Would you like to take a look at my business? Would you like to take a look at my offer? And respect their answers. If they say yes, send them your link. Don't forget to follow up. A lot of times the fortune is in the follow-up. And just take it one step at a time. But what helps in home-based business and in sales? Because in most home-based businesses that I'm familiar with, making sales is how you make money. If you're not making sales, you're not making money. My first business was not online. It was providing lawn care services for folks in my neighborhood. And as long as I had customers, I was making money. When the grass wasn't growing, when customers weren't calling me to mow their grass and take care of their lawns, I didn't make money. So to find customers, I had to advertise. In online marketing, it's a little different. You advertise online, you can talk to people online, you can talk to people in groups and things like that, and drum up business that way. You can buy ads, you can buy solo ads, many different ways that you can build your own list of clients and potential clients. But yeah, you've got to be good at finding leads and making sales. And that's just the way it is. And if the idea of selling scares you, if that's not a challenge you're willing to accept, then you're probably better off as an employee working for somebody else. But if you're ready to adopt the mindset of an entrepreneur, then maybe home-based business might be the right fit for you. But again, it just depends on your own attitude, your own mindset. If you just want to earn a little extra money every month, then maybe getting a second job might be better. But if you're wanting to build a future for yourself, where you are in control of your income, where you can literally and figuratively write your own paychecks, and if you're wanting to build recurring income that you can retire on or semi-retire on and have something other than Social Security to fall back on, if you want to have a recurring income that you can set at any level you like, with time, with practice, with work, with dedication, you can make that happen. And that is my goal, to make that happen. But if all you want is a few extra dollars a month, a few extra dollars a week, then if you're a lot of jobs in your neighborhood, finding a job might be better for you. Where I live, jobs are not easy to find. And I was working a full-time job. It was not paying all my bills, because in order to find that full-time job, I had to travel 120 miles round trip every day to go into work that job, come back home. So I was spending a lot of money on gas, oil, tires, maintenance on the car. And I did that because jobs in my immediate area are very hard to find. And I had family saying, Ralph, you need to sell your house, move into the city, get closer to where work is. I didn't want to, because being a landowner in this beautiful part of the country. We live in the Missouri Ozarks area. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. Where I live, we still have more deer than we do humans, and not much industry to speak of, not many stores. There are some jobs you can find that are part-time, hard to find full-time employment. But yeah, I got into home-based business because I needed some extra money to buy gas so I could go into my real job, supposedly. And I call it my supposed real job because it wasn't really paying my bills. And after about 3 years, I did let it go. But what I did is that I started my home-based business doing lawn care to raise gas money so I could travel into the city to work my other job. And I was doing that because I thought I had a good shot at promotion in that company. And so I was working a 9-to-5 job full-time and then scheduling these other lawn care jobs either on my way into work or on the days that I had off from work. And yeah, it was challenging. There were some nights I only got about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. There were some weekends where I was working, pretty hard, on one day of my weekend, and I only had one day off a week because not everybody wants to have their lawn mowed on Sunday. Where I live, that's a day of rest for everybody. But, I made it work. So if you have the attitude that you want to build your part-time business, your home-based business, while working a full-time job, I would say that is a perfect way to start. Because I have heard horror stories from entrepreneurs that thought that they could quit their full-time job and just pick up a new home-based business and make it work. I actually had a mentor in one other business opportunity I was in about 6-7 years ago who shared his story of how he was earning 6 figures a year doing a corporate job. He thought he was pretty good at sales. He knew he was pretty good at money and business. So he thought, I can quit my corporate job, do this affiliate marketing thing online. I mean, how difficult can it be, right? He thought, I'm a smart guy. I've got a lot of experience in business and sales. I can figure this stuff out. So he left his 6-figure-a-year corporate job, picked up a affiliate marketing business opportunity, proceeded to lose his shirt. He didn't make sales right away. He didn't get how the business was done right away. Like I said earlier, it's an art. It's not rocket science, but it is a definite art. He didn't figure that out immediately. And his savings ran out. He lost his apartment. He ended up living on the street for a certain length of time until he was finally able to pull himself back up, got back into affiliate marketing, this time with a mentor that was training him, coaching him on how to do it, and he figured it out. But it took him losing his home and a lot of his dignity and a lot of his pride being out on the street because he quit his full-time job too soon and found coaching and mentoring too late. So whenever I hear people thinking, I'm just going to quit my job and build a business from home, I think, okay, that's a disaster waiting to happen. Please do not do that to yourself. I thought I was playing things a little risky by quitting my job when I did, because I had my part-time home-based business geared up to where it was paying me enough to be a part-time job. And I decided, I'm going to quit my job and just ratchet this thing up to a full-time income and just see how things go. And I felt that's what I had to do because the circumstances that I was in with family illnesses and things like that. But yeah, I made it work. It was a risk, but I made it work. But if you're wanting to build a business from home, it does involve taking risks. It does involve taking chances. It does involve learning new skills. But don't make it so too risky by quitting your full-time job too soon. Keep your full-time job. Let that be paying your bills while you are building your part-time home-based business to build your future, to build your dreams. Because working a job will take you so far. You know, there's one definition of job that I love. J-O-B, just over broke. A lot of jobs out there that keep you just over broke. I know the vast majority of my jobs did. And again, that's what got me interested in home-based business. I wanted to work my way into a position where I could eventually be writing my own paychecks and scaling my business and my income up to where I wanted it to be, just by applying a little more hustle, a little more get-go, and, just doing the work needed to do that. So, if that's part of your dream, if you're wanting to secure your own personal freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, you want to be free from a 9-to-5 job, you want to be the boss, then I applaud you. Home-based business might be right for you, but make sure you got the right mindset. Make sure that you can grow the right mindset to go from being an employee to being an entrepreneur. And, when you're working a full-time job and working your home-based business part-time, you've got to wear two different hats. When you're on your full-time job, you have to be wearing the hat of the employee and be thinking like the employee. But then when you come home to your home business, take off your employee hat, put on your entrepreneur hat, start thinking like an entrepreneur. And it is a challenge, but you got to be willing to accept that challenge and make that mindset shift. And that's where listening to people that know what they're talking about, to be your coaches, to be your mentor, to be your advisors, that support is invaluable. And so, yeah, if you're wanting to start a business from home, if you're wanting to explore it, don't rashly quit your job right away, but do start checking out some good business models out there that would help you make that transition. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put up my link. If you want to know what I do, I am in an affiliate marketing school that teaches people how to build a business from home, how to make money online, and we pay 80% recurring commissions. So if you'd like to take a look at it, the link is right up there on the screen, ralphshomebiz.com. Take a look at it. We got 3 different recurring levels. And by recurring, that means it pays month after month after month for the life of the customers that you bring in. And the 3 levels, we have a $10 level, pays $8 recurring commissions. So you make 2 sales, you're already in profit. We got a $25 funnel builder level that pays $20 commissions. And again, you make 2 sales, you're already in profit. And we have a $125 premium level, teaches you more in depth, how to get leads, how to convert leads into buyers, and how to promote yourself on social media. They cover mostly free advertising methods that you can learn, and they're also incorporating paid advertising methods, because the guys that teach in our academy, they've got many years of experience, and they have a lot of experience getting free traffic, and that they're very good at teaching that. Now they're learning how to do it the paid traffic method. But yeah, if you want to learn how to do it for free, which was what I was interested in, they're really good teachers on that. But the $125 a month level, that pays $100. recurring commissions. So again, make 2 sales, you're already in profit. So if that sounds like it would be interesting to you, then just go to my link there, check it out, see if it is indeed right for you. Now, what I also want to say, if you made it this far into the video, I would like to give you a totally free gift. If you are doing anything on social media, anything like social media marketing, if you're a content creator on social media, if you're already in affiliate marketing or network marketing, where you're doing email marketing and you're wanting to write better emails to the people on your list to convince them to, will help to convince them to buy your offers and things like that. I have a list of 144 power words that you can have absolutely free. Go down to the video description, and the first link is the link to that free list of power words. And go ahead and check it out. Words have power when used properly. And some words have more power, more, punch than other words do. And what I have down there is a list compiled by, I don't know, I've had it for a few years now, but from many different people. And it's a list of 144 power words that would be helpful to you in any kind of email marketing, social media marketing, being a creator, any kind of copyright. That list of words would be probably very useful for you. So go ahead and check that out. That's your gift, absolutely free. So, till later, this is Ralph signing out. I am going to wrap it up for the night. Be back again tomorrow with another topic in home-based business. Not too sure what it's going to be, but it'll be something. And if you got any suggestions about topics that you would like to see covered on these live videos here, let me know, and if I can do it, I will. So, thanks everybody for dropping by, and thank you for those who are watching the replay. Have a great day. Ralph signing out. Catch you all again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.